Josh.
Hey?
Josh is teaching me.
Was that Josh from Worksharp?
My name's Josh.
I'm Josh.
Alright, well.
I wasn't sure if we should sharpen our kitchen knives because they need sharpening anyway, and that's probably
I'm
what
not ruining them.
I mean, I'd probably rather these get ruined than...
Yeah, but I don't use those. I use these.
But yeah, so I was wondering, I was thinking we should probably sharpen these because this is probably what most people, if this video is like the, you know, ideal intent of the video is that someone who has never sharpened a knife would be like, maybe I can do it too, and watches this video.
I don't think that's going to be the outcome.
And they're probably going to be the people who would just want to sharpen their kitchen knives because that's where everyone sharpens. So yeah. Hello, anyway, we've got...
Do I stand up?
You can sit down, that's fine, you can do whichever. There's only one chair, so...
I just look tiny now.
You're a small woman with a small brain. Hello, so we are it's a sharpening video, and I thought my lovely wife, you should probably notice I've been in a creative slump, so she's like, I'll make a video with you, which is lovely. So we're going to do an instructional somewhat. The thought is, these Worksharp systems, they're sort of sold on how easy they are to use. How many knives have you sharpened ever in your life?
0.
Have you ever even tried to sharpen a knife?
Oh, like before you got into this, we had one of those pull-through ones.
Something like that, maybe?
Yeah, but like shittier.
Shittier than that. Yeah, I mean, this is, as I said years ago, this is like the least evil of the pull-through sharpeners that you can get, but it is still a pull-through sharpener, and so therefore still evil. But so that's probably the only thing, like most people you've ever really even seen that sharpens knives. Yeah, like you, in terms of perhaps we're thinking about before I got into knives, you perhaps have your knife block might have had one built into it.
Dad used to go
with some with like, butcher steel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of people have that memory as well of the butcher steel. And I don't have any experience with butcher steels myself, frankly. I think it's a different type of, I don't even know if they sharpen knives, I think they do something else. So I'm not even a butcher steel person, but yeah, that's probably most people's experience. So you right now are probably like most people, as in the non-knife autist. So what we're gonna do is see how easy it is for you to just pick up and use some Worksharp tools, because as I said, Worksharp is sort of the company that goes for accessibility. Generally they're a bit on the lower price side. Usually their stuff has good instructional videos. So you've watched some instructional videos this morning while you were getting ready, getting out of bed and stuff?
Yep.
So which ones have you sort of looked at the most so far?
These two. I haven't seen anything on that. You only seen 2 videos.
Yeah, so I think we might get to this one later because this is probably the most advanced. So we'll start off with these two here. So what we have for the purpose of the camera is the Worksharp Benchstone. So that one is to lock in like that. So this is the Benchstone sharpener. This is where you sort of learn to sharpen on a flat stone. And then this one is the Worksharp Ken Onion sharpener. So,
it's funny because my handle is Onion Wife.
Yeah, that's true. And Ken Onion is a knife designer. It's a bit of an unusual name, isn't it? Ken Onion. It's like...
I'm just jealous. You wish your last name was Onion.
I wish my last name was Onion. He sounds like he was in the Munch Bunch. Did you ever read the Munch Bunch books when you were a kid? My primary school had the Munch Bunch, and it was like they're all vegetable people, and like literally there could have been one called Ken Onion. There was like Joe Carrot. There was like to get kids to eat healthy. So yeah, he sounds like he was in the Munch Bunch. Anyway, all right, so we'll get started. I think if you're feeling a bit nervy, I think the best thing to start on is probably this one, and then perhaps with this knife.
Okay.
So, what do you know about this? These knives are all completely dull. They don't cut shit right now.
I just used this one last night and was like, oh, that feels okay.
Oh, I mean, it'll cut a tomato, but it won't cut like...
Let me try that.
It won't cut like a held sheet of paper. That's not cutting like how I... to a normal person, is that cutting, is it? Is that... Yeah, so this is the standards that we all sort of talk ourselves into, I think, as knife people, because she still thinks these are sharp knives, and I'm just like, that is literally the, disgusting.
What would happen if you did one on the 25 and one on the 20?
So one side of the knife would be, well, because you're going to probably keep going backwards and forwards, one side would just be slightly steeper, so probably if you think that's sharp, you probably wouldn't notice. Probably nothing. You'd be like, this is great. But yeah, you'd have a slight edge mismatch. Like, so one of these little V's here would be 25 and one would be 20. Sort of, possibly. Yeah, disgusting, right? So, right, so what I'll do is, just given the knowledge that you've imparted from YouTube, I'm just going to leave you to it, and I'm going to go and like sit on the cuck stool over there and just watch like my knives get fucked.
But how do you know which side? So it said on there you have to make a burr on one side and then smooth out the other. How do you know which side is which?
Well, just start on one side. So start just going one way on the stone. What did you see the man doing on the video? He
was going like, oh, I don't know, this way.
Yep. But was he using the guides to start with? I haven't watched this Worksharp instructional video, but I'm
had it sort of rocking on that sort of moves.
Well, it'll move a little bit without, that's just so you can take it off and put it back on and stuff. So that kind of just locks it in place, so it like won't fall out and stuff when you turn it.
Right.
So it's sort of fixed. So you've got your angle set to 20, which for a kitchen knife is probably, you know, fine, because the other one's 25, which is probably a bit broad. So what you generally do is start by laying the knife on the 20, yeah. So that's a guide.
Like that.
Yeah, and generally you put the edge.
Hang on, no, you go this way.
Generally you're cutting towards the stone.
Oh, so, like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna like ghost you here and be like, usually it's like this. Usually I would say, this is how I would sharpen. I would lay it on the 20 and I would, steering is like, usually perhaps, I would hold it like this, right? If I was a newbie, I would hold it like this. I'd get it nice and flat on the 20 and I would just push it and go across the knife like that. So I'd go nice and gently across the blade, like that is how I would do it. Kind of hard from this angle, but so that's how I would do it, right? I'm gonna try and I might get a wet towel and put it on the So it feels like it's skimming is a better feeling than trying to cut into the stone. So the best way to do it is to aim for shallower rather than deeper. Yeah, that's probably good. And try and use as much of this as you can. So you've got this whole area, to drag the edge from, and really you can keep it, you could keep almost the edge parallel to my hand here, and just drag the knife. There you go, that's a good motion, yeah. So that motion, and like all good sharpening, repeatability. Okay, that's, yeah.
Put the tip on.
Yeah, that's not too bad. You just keep doing that. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I like it. It's good to see. So, do you understand? What do you know about like the numbers on the stone there?
It's like sandpaper.
Yep, like how rough it is. Yeah. Good.
And then the ceramic is for the end.
Cool. So Josh sounds like he's explained that well. Good
Thanks,
job,
Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
How many times did you have to do that?
Well, this is probably what he was talking about with a burr.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So you'll start to feel if you push against the knife. There. So you can feel that, can't you? So against the knife, you can sort of feel.
Not on the end though.
Yeah, well, you might need to sort of work a little bit more on the tip.
And I've forgotten what way I was holding it. Like that?
Yeah, you had the logo down. So, yeah. So yeah, that's that's pretty good. So if you can already feel a burr, that's because the stone's nice and rough, and also it's a flat stone. Yeah. It's good. It's good. Are you pushing particularly hard or soft, or how do you feel like you're pushing? Because you don't really need to push that hard, but it's also, I don't care if you push hard. The goal here is to get someone.
I feel like I'm dragging the tip on the end.
That's fine. That's probably what that's how you get things sharp, I guess. You drag. My goal here is to have it so we've got someone who's never sharpened a knife before, has with minimal. Yeah, that happens sometimes. It's fine. Has with minimal intervention from me sharpened a knife to slice that paper. That's the goal here today.
Can you go super fast?
Yeah.
Because So I can see how this would be a bit boring.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's definitely not, I would say, yeah, there's a certain, like...
Yeah, see, look, it's still smooth on the end. Feel it.
So what are we looking at?
Like, see?
Yeah, but it's getting there, like it's getting there. Just, you could always, yeah, just focus more on the tip for a minute. And
like start there?
You could start in the middle and just get towards the tip if you feel like that.
They said that you shouldn't push the tip off the edge.
Okay, yeah, cool. That makes sense.
They said to finish in the middle.
Yeah, so
like that.
Yeah, that's cool. What you can do, if you're really feeling like you're neglecting the tip, you could just really quickly just do a few like tip only. You could, as long as you're pretty happy you're keeping it about that
backwards
20.
and forwards?
Yeah, if you need to just work on the tip, you could possibly do something like that.
This is a really silly question. It's not like when you do it backwards and forwards, making it go like rough, smooth, rough, smooth, rough, smooth.
No, but what that does do is it sort of interrupts how well you're making it burr sometimes. So, yeah, so you could do something like that. Just focus on the tip. Like with this one here, this one you do just go back and forwards the whole time, so it's a different kind of sharpening.
That's why you're good at that one.
Yeah, that's why I'm good at that one. Yeah, so.
I don't know.
Tips can be difficult, like it's definitely a thing.
Maybe.
Yeah, cool. Well, why don't we swap over then and see?
I don't think it's time.
You don't think it's time?
Maybe see. Isn't it funny? I had no idea that was the angle, like manually like that.
Yeah, it
so
feels like it's. Yeah.
I don't know why I thought like it would do something to this to make it a right angle.
It's just very basic. Like, you rest your hand there. It's all using that human machine first and foremost. Yeah, cool.
I guess. Like, it's still not as good as it down here.
That's all right. So we'll go now.
So now you do this
logo side up. Yeah.
Ooh.
I know, right?
Oh, you turn this around.
That doesn't really change very much, does it?
Well, no, it feels better going that way. Oh, hang on, no, it doesn't. I don't like it. How do you do it this way?
You simply, you reverse.
Like that way.
Yep.
You go tip first.
You can do, yeah, sure.
Oh, yuck.
Yeah. Tip first. Who would have thought?
I don't like that. It feels really weird.
Yeah. What you could also do, and this is like a bit of a pro gamer move, sometimes I pull it back towards myself. Oh. So I reach over when I swap to the other side, I reach over the stone, rest like that, and go back towards myself.
I don't think I'm going to like that, but sure.
You could try that. But yeah, it is always those brain hemispheres. So that's personally how I do it. You might not hate it as much as you think. Just remember to pull more towards you. Just try and chop down, slide down the angle.
No, I hate it.
Hate it?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Cool. Well then, do it the other way. Just the logo. These knives are good with the logos being up. You can easily track which.
Again, the tip is gonna fucking suck.
I've been telling everybody that you're my girl, 'cause I'm not one to be shy. You don't have to go with me if you don't wanna, just tell everybody I'm your guy. You and me, girl, it's forever, sha-la-la-la-la. I've been telling everybody that you're my girl, 'cause I'm not one to be shy. I've been telling everybody that you're my girl, 'cause I'm not one to be shy. You don't have to go with me if you don't wanna, just tell everybody I'm your guy. You and me, girl, it's forever, sha-la-la-la-la.
Just a slight, like you can almost go by sound. That's just complicating it more. I gotta stop saying dumb shit like that. That makes it worse. Do a few more passes, I reckon. Try nice even passes. Make these last few your best ones, and then swap over the other side.
I've been telling everybody that you're my girl, 'cause I'm not one to be shy. You don't have to go with me if you don't wanna, just tell everybody I'm your guy. You and me, girl, it's
that cut?
Well, you can try. It probably still has a burr on it. And a burr is a good measure for...
Nah. Quite. No. I suppose not by your standards.
Well, it's just... It's definitely not a completed edge. See, that's pretty good, really. Like, that does cut. Like, it's... there's, I think, yeah, the tip probably does need a little bit of work. So this one here, feel how that feels.
Wow, like it's slippery.
Feels like you're almost not doing much, doesn't it? So that is still doing a mild cut. Like it's still removing a little bit of steel. You can see the grey on the stone.
Oh.
That's steel. So same process, and this is really like honing that edge into something quite nice.
How long do you have to do this for?
That one you can really do for as long as you want. After you've done it for probably, you know, you might.
We're done.
you might want to just relax and do that for an hour, but obviously probably not.
You wouldn't, would you?
No, but that really truly will just. The longer you do that for, the nicer the finished edge will get. As long as all of your work so far has been fine. See, this whole thing is a bit. Like, you can feel like you've done a really good job, and this is the worst thing about this flat stone sharpening. You feel like you've done a great job the entire time, and sometimes you truly don't know how you've gone until all the steps are finished, and then you try and cut something and it's just shit. So it can be a bit soul crushing the first few goes, but I think for your first go, you're doing pretty well.
I would hate to take it away from you that, you know, you love doing it so much.
I think it's a skill that everyone should have. Like, I know it's not, you know, people make more out of this than it is. Like, people are
like into this.
Yeah, and like old men will be like, anyone who doesn't know how to sharpen a knife isn't a real man. Like, well, that's ridiculous. Like, obviously not. Like, because the way the world works is that most people just buy a new kitchen knife when this kind of shit. It's alright. And I'm not saying that's, you know, great, but yeah, it's not like as important a skill as, say, being able to, you know, use a computer. See, this is what I always say that like upsets the grandpas. Like, I would say a more valuable skill is to be able to use a computer without giving all your money to an Indian prince, or to an African prince. Like, that's probably a better skill in today's world, but this is still something that I think is handy to do, especially if you like having a nice kitchen knife.
I mean, it is nice to be able to cut stuff nicely.
Yeah, and it sucks when your knives get so badly, like, it's dull that you can't, sometimes you can't get a knife back, like, using this system, like, or it will take ages when you get those real deep chips in it and stuff. You have to spend, like, ages on that first really rough step, which sucks.
Time to turn over yet?
You're not enjoying this?
No, not particularly.
You're not having an amazing time? Yeah, you could probably turn over now, that'd be fine.
Telling everybody that you're my girl, 'cause I'm not one to be shy. You don't have to go with me if you don't want to. Just tell everybody I'm your guy. You and me, girl, it's forever. Sha-la-la-la-la. I've been telling everybody that you're my girl, 'cause I'm not one to be shy. I've been telling everybody that you're my girl, 'cause I'm not one to be shy. You don't have to go with me if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to?
Yeah. So now you go a couple of, I just do the same, we got a couple of
alternating.
passes, do a bit of alternating, and then we'll hit it with the paper cut test, and we can always take it over to that Tormek and give it a bit of a strop, which is kind of a nice little way of, like, it feels to me like a strop, sort of all the little mini mistakes you've made, maybe a strop kind of like gives that a nice veneer over it all. And just goes,
Polish that.
Yeah, polish
roll that turd in glitter.
That's right, polish that turd up a bit, roll in glitter. So a strop has an ability to do that a little bit, as long as your edge isn't a complete disaster.
And this won't be?
I think your edge is going to be fine. I really think that, from what I've seen, I think you absolutely 100% improve the edge, for sure. And really, is that not the goal, to just make it less sharp, even to make a dull knife less dull, you know, less shit, exactly.
Ooh. It's like, why does it do that?
Why does what do that?
Like, you come through and then like it just like.
So by it, do you mean why do my arms that I'm controlling do that? Is that because I tell you what, if you put the knife down right now and it still does it, then you could say, why does it do that? But the answer truly, and this is the bridge the knife sharpener must follow, is that it's why am I doing this? That's the question one must ask, you know?
It's the knife.
Usually for like, give it a quick little one. Just on my pants. I don't know why, I feel like it just like knocks off any straggler bits of steel. Look at that.
So that's good?
Yeah, that's really good. And then there's a whole art to doing a paper slice test as well, but yeah, you see that's pretty good, isn't it?
It's pretty good, yeah. It's better. Oh.
Sharpening's hard, but it's actually just as hard to give a person a sheet of paper and get them to slice it. So I'm taking this as an absolute win.
It will cut.
It will cut. It will absolutely cut, and it's absolutely an improvement. So it's not too bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't, just for shits and giggles, try one of these knives using the same philosophy that you just did.
This one.
It's the Native in Spy 27. Is that sharp? It is quite sharp.
Give me one that you want me to not like. You choose. They look
Well,
to me.
yeah, I was thinking something would have to be here.
What's this?
This is a nice one to start on because it's like the edge is pretty straight, right? And I'll just I'll get young Brickard over here and we'll just knock the edge off. Not going to please too many people seeing me do that, but now it should be an edge that doesn't. It's hard to even get a cut started on the paper, so see if you can improve that.
So you use 25 because it's a pocket knife?
No, 20 is for, I do 20 for all my knives. I never use the 25. 25 is for like, maybe if I was to get one of my machetes out, I might, but yeah. So just looking at that edge, so you sort of see where the edge actually starts, like it starts after that little, so that choil there is actually help you sort of, yeah, know a place to start.
Oh really?
Yeah, so see right there.
That little chip thing?
Yeah, so a little like cut out half circle thing, that's sort of like where you rest and start the sharpen on. And just, yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, yeah. So the joy of this little knife here is that you really don't have to worry about like the whole flourish of moving your whole operation sideways to get the whole blade, and you can get that whole blade on there really easily, can't you? So I'm resolving to not even touch this at all, the entire sharpen. We might have to do Ken Onion in part 2. Does it hurt your arms? You getting sick of it? Just the RSI of it all? Feeling any burr coming up? Yeah, a bit of burr. Well, they say once there's a burr, you can actually swap over. So you know what? Maybe we can try moving a little bit faster through the steps this time. Now that we've got our fundamentals down. This to me feels like Worksharp's most basic sort of how-to sharpener. Like,
I think I could really fuck some shit up on that thing.
yes, there is a whole other element of danger for that one in ruining knives. So yes, cross that bridge when we get to it, perhaps.
Maybe, like, I don't know, do it on a like master chef knife or something instead.
No, this part of it, it needs some stakes. Needs some stakes, otherwise people are like, that's just, use the Husker knife, you know, it's like, fuck it, you know, there needs to be some, we need to have some skin in the game, you know?
Okay.
So then you'll take care.
Your stakes and my stakes are different.
We'll just rule out a couple of these really nice ones, and everything else fair game, you know, you gotta start somewhere. Clicks in, pretty cool, huh?
So cool.
feel
It's not going to go away, is it?
No, there'll always be a burr until you do that last step.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, my question is, can you feel the burr from that side that it's supposed to? Well, you can probably swap over then.
Have I done that side yet?
So now it's time to do now it's time to do the awkward side.
This side.
Yeah, good side or awkward side. You know, that's
It
what
actually doesn't feel as bad as it did at the start going the other way.
Because the knife's shorter?
Maybe, but
Or are you just getting used to it?
I think maybe I'm just getting used to it.
I reckon you're probably about time to sort of
I feel like it is moving a lot quicker than the other way.
slightly adjust Yeah, but it stacks across that one, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think you've got quite steady hands and wrists, my dear. I think that's quite good.
You know what they say, robust hand and wrist.
Yeah, well. Because I think I'm quite unnatural at this. Like, I've had to really learn to steady myself, and I've obviously always been really bad at sports and really bad at hand-eye stuff because I'm a little bit, like, obviously unco.
I'm a bit unco.
Yeah, but I think you're probably naturally more, like, you've had to do less. It's come to you a bit easier than it came to me, I think.
You jelly?
Well, slightly. I mean, I'm happy where I'm at now, but I absolutely hated this stuff when I started. Like, I would put off using the knives because I didn't want to sharpen them. I was like scared of sharpening them.
Interesting.
Yeah, it sucked. That's why I always gravitated towards like the
ones that last forever.
And the powered systems as well. And yeah, the really high-end steels that you barely have to sharpen. There's a sort of...
Can I turn over now?
Yeah. There's a real confidence that you get once you can sharpen. It makes you more confident to use your knife as well.
This is going to sound so terrible, but do you think because my care factor is low, I'm not scared?
It's possible. It's possible, for sure. Because it's like, I don't know.
That might be why.
Yeah, because you know I'll be able to, even if you fuck it up, I'll be able to fix it. And it's
low stakes for me.
Low stakes, yes.
Like, I don't even know how much this knife costs, so...
$2.30. Yeah.
Bargain.
Yes. Well, I think for all the times I use it, it has worked out really well.
How many dollars per cut?
Probably in that knife's lifetime, we're probably looking at about $5 per cut.
You know what would be a really good video is if you did like dollars per cut.
Of how much I've actually used these fucking things. My goodness. I mean, some of them would about even out. Like my stretch here, you're probably looking at like a couple of cents. But yeah, got to admit, is rope cut testing included?
No.
No. Yeah, it would be. Well, that's why I haven't bought many knives lately, you know. We're living in poverty bay at the moment. We're saving some money and just not spending. And yeah, you got to admit, it's pretty embarrassing.
You know what though, you've got to have a hobby.
That's true, but sometimes it's better if your hobby doesn't just cost like, you know, $300 a time per hit.
There must be something to it because lots of people like it.
Well, I always think that's probably just the internet though, making it seem that way. As a percentage, we're very, very, very small group of people. It's just, when you're in any big echo chamber on the internet, it feels big, you know?
But they wouldn't have businesses that make.
That's true.
Like, if they didn't sell, they wouldn't make them.
I think it just shows how many people there are in the world.
Well, that too. But it's like with that one that you did. I watched a video yesterday, and that knife is very expensive, and people can't buy it. So yeah, they're obviously people who
They TRC Polheim. As in people can't find it to buy it, is that?
Like, as in people want it so much that they're all sold out.
Yeah, true.
So...
Yes, yeah, that is true.
So it can't be that much of a minority.
No, that's fair. How are we feeling?
Oh, so good.
You feeling like it's ready to maybe do the cut test?
Sure.
Maybe try it. Come from the bottom of the knife to start with, and just steepen your angle just a little bit. I mean, it sounds good. I'd like to see how it is. Yeah, see that? I think it's good, but I think it's just you're a bit of a mong at doing a cut test. I think. Oh, let me try. Yeah, I'll film it up. Let's see. Oh, pants. Maybe this is the trick. You didn't do the pants.
I don't want to ruin my pants. This is why we got clothes always dirty.
It's pretty good. I think you could use a little more.
Like of this one. Or did we go too quick?
See, this is where the slightly harder steels start to be a little bit less forgiving. I think the previous step probably could have used a little bit more. But it is a sharper knife than it was. Remember, it had no edge at all.
Oh, hang on, that wasn't fucking recording.
Alrighty, so remember this knife was completely dulled on Bricky, and you're just a bit of a spaz at doing the cut test. So definitely an improvement. I was sort of saying that it's where the steels that aren't super soft Victorinox steel, it's where they stop being as forgiving, and you might have got better results if you'd stuck on a step for a bit longer. But realistically, that for a normal person is about as sharp as you'd expect the knife to be straight away. So overall, a massive improvement, but probably not as remarkable of an edge as the Victorinox. But there you go.
Does that mean I have to do it again?
No, I'll leave you alone, that's fine. Well, so that is the Benchstone from Worksharp. Do you feel like you could use that on your own now? I think you used it basically
I think I could.
I think you used it basically on your own on a Demco. It's not the most amazing looking edge to like stare at, but no one stares at it. No one stares at their edge except for like the people who are, a little bit obsessive. But what it does do is lets basically anyone do some pretty basic benchstone sharpening without really any training before you watch that video this morning.
So do people like who aren't into the hobby have this?
Well, this is the problem. People who aren't into the hobby unfortunately have this or worse. And no, like this one, I'm hoping, yeah, the black on everything. I'm hoping, I don't know, people should just at least settle for this as the standard,
makes sense.
That have this in your home rather than these sorts of things. It's not even these, it's give this one a try actually.
On which one?
We'll try on this, on the Shun, the VG10. You start on that one and then you go on that one. So there's no swapping over, there's no...
Like that?
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't see how good it was before. Oh, I can see there's little nicks out of that.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. It wasn't great. So we'll do a paper cut test before we go much further. Because this is sort of illustrating what the basic...
Is that because we did something wrong to it, that it's got little chips out?
It's just been used, like kitchen knives there. So it's pretty scrapey and pretty rough. It's not the best. So we'll see if we can improve it using just that. We may well be able to.
It feels like smoother than the IKEA and like the ones that I've had before.
Yeah, that's probably one of the better examples of a pretty bad type of sharpener. Realistically, most people are going to have this piece of shit. This is the AccuSharp. You've seen these like everywhere, like kitchens have these.
You're not going to put that knife in there, are you?
Well, you can always fix it. Let's try this fork moving. So this is...
Do I keep going?
Yeah, you keep going. So what these basically are doing, the super hard steel in these V's is kind of gouging off the steel from the edge of these knives in a sort of quite fixed broad angle. So like probably looking at 25 degrees or even 30 degrees per side. I know, right? Horrible. So like this one here just feels like it's absolutely gouging. Like,
can I go on this one?
Yeah, so you can move up to this white now. So just let it drag across, like that's kind of a honing. That's the equivalent of the white stone really on the one that we just used on there. It's kind of like the equivalent of this stone surface here. So that's just for more kind of polishing it up. So this one here is just that single step. And this is what a lot of people settle for. Like this is like, yeah, just, I don't understand it at all. It's like people just do this a bit and they're like, why are my knives always dull? And it's like, because you just grind the edge off. So the AccuSharp is like, this one here. That to me is like maybe mildly improved. If your knife was like absolutely rat shit, it makes it from a terrible edge to a bad edge. and it also removes heaps of steel and shortens the life of the knife, all that sort of stuff, so no good. This one here is probably slightly better. Maybe. How do you feel like?
I feel like it just ripped that.
Yeah, maybe.
Thrilling.
See, this isn't any better than using that, is it? Like, as a task.
No,
right?
that's probably a bit slightly more fun.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's just what I think the larger point of this video, hopefully, is that these are just, like, this sort of sharpener should just go the way of the dodo. Like, it's not.
How much does this cost?
That's only like $60.
And
like,
this?
it's not. They're probably $20. Like, I guess they're so cheap, but like, yeah.
Would you have to replace bits on this?
Barely ever. Like, probably never. You just use this for 5 years and maybe get another one once all the stones are absolutely shit, you know?
So, why don't they make the hole smaller so that your knife is going at the right
Guided.
angle?
That's a really good question. I guess they could probably have like a rubberized
Like that?
sides, like kind
Like
of.
that?
Yeah, that's true. And that's why these are for like super easy, like basic. But then again, the mechanisms in this are different again. These have like ceramic wheels in there.
But, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's harder to fuck it up on this one than that one for sure.
Josh? We should tell Josh.
Alrighty, so it's a minor improvement, but it also may be.
So I feel like the time I spent doing this is about the same as that.
Well, yeah, probably less minutes wise, but more, just as much kind of
Effort.
And also, we may be reaching as good as this edge can ever get on that as well. Like, we may be getting to that point as well. So, yeah, you kind of, I hope we've illustrated, at least if there's been a point to this video, that maybe this...
Your head's cut off.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I hope if there is a point to this video, that it is that this should perhaps be the average person's sharpener rather than these, or if not even this, just garbage like this and this. Spend, like you have done today, half an hour, tops really, figuring out a proper system, and you never really need to dally with...
And you know what? Look, same size.
Same size, same level of storage. And yeah, you can actually learn a skill. It still would count as a skill to have. You know, put on your resume, I can sharpen a knife, you know.
Can be like that guy on Oliver Twist. It's like... It's nice to grind. You can be like that guy walking down the street.
That, yeah. This big wheel, yeah. Cool, so that's the video I think for today. We might have to revisit that one tomorrow. We don't really have time to do that one.
Well, we can, but like the video is going to be like 1,000,000 years long.
Well, that's my problem in the editing room later on.
I've been telling everybody that you're my girl, 'cause I'm not one to be shy. You don't have to go with me if you don't wanna. Just tell everybody I'm your guy.